I got
You're joking.
down. Did it give Ariane?
You're
Did I give Ariane?
Whoa, I didn't see you there.
What was that? What was I watching? Oh, just watching my favourite reality TV show. It's called Jersey Shore, West Coasters. All about ostrich ties and chondriches.
Did somebody say chondric thighs? Oh, brother? Hey, clownfish. I heard you call my name.
You heard correct. I was about to recommend my favourite show to these lovely people, but it seems they don't know what the difference between ostrich ties and chondriches are. WHAT? But we are so different. Exactly. So I was thinking about giving them a little presentation.
Let's go.
These bad boys are chondric thighs and ostrich ties, aka bony fish and chondrichthyans. As fish belong to the taxonomic level of class, here are some examples of the two classes. To allow more explanation, here is the taxonomic levels for a Pacific seahorse, which belongs to ostrich ties. Next up on our roster is the biology of us fish, which I will pass off to my two scientist pals, Brainer and Plum. Hey, D.
HAI.
Ostrich ties are also commonly referred to as ray-finned fish. This is referring to their slender, bony spines or rays that are connected by a thin layer of skin to form the fins. The fin rays support the skin much as the thin rods in a handheld folding fan hold together the webbing of a fan.
Chondrichthyes have skeletons primarily made of cartilage and lack any true bone. They are also usually covered in placoid scales to help protect their skin. There are two types of these fish, elasmobranchi and holocephali. The elasmobranchi fish are like sharks and rays. Holocephali are usually smaller fish like chimera.
Next, we're going to be discussing the 7 essential functions. The first being feeding. Some ostrich ties are filter feeders and strain microscopic or small animals and plants from the water around them. Others hunt prey, eat aquatic plants, or do both. Some prefer to nibble on dead plants and animal matter, while others ram feed. This is when the fish moves forward with its mouth open, catching other creatures.
Osteichthyes respirate through lungs or vascularized swim bladder. All chondrichthyans breathe through 5 to 7 pairs of gills depending on the species. In general, pelagic species must keep swimming to keep oxygenated water moving through their gills, whilst demersal species can actively pump water in through their spiracles and out through their gills.
All fish possess a closed circulatory system with a 2-chambered heart. The single-loop circulatory system has 1 ventricle and 1 atrium.
Some waste diffuse through the gills into the water, while others are removed by the kidneys.
The central nervous system is comprised of the brain and spinal cord. At the nose end of the fish lie olfactory lobes, which provide a sense of smell. A fish's spinal cord transmits motor messages to its peripheral nerves and sends sensory messages back to the brain. The various nerves of the peripheral nervous system branch throughout the body.
Rhythmic side-to-side motion of the caudal fin moves the fish. Bony fish have specialized organ filled with gas called the swim bladder. This organ helps the fish to maintain buoyancy. The dorsal and anal fins provide steering and stability, which keeps the fish from rolling. The pectoral and pelvic fins help it to turn, balance, and stop.
Eggs are produced by ovaries in the female, and sperm is produced by testes in the males. Both are released through an opening behind the anus. Fertilization happens almost exclusively externally. Their spawning behavior varies wildly between species.
Many thanks, you too. Now back to your question. What distinguishes the two classes of fish? The primary distinction between the two classes is the composition of their skeletons. Ostrich thighs have skeletons primarily composed of bone tissue, while chondric thighs have structures mainly composed of cartilage. Additionally, ostrich thighs have scales that are typically cycloid or ctenoid, while chondric thighs have placoid scales. Ostrich thighs also have a swim bladder, which is a gas-filled sac used for buoyancy control, while chondric thighs lack a swim bladder and rely on their oil-filled liver for buoyancy. Back to Dr. Harris to discuss the importance of fish in ecosystems.
Play a variety of roles in ecosystems. They are an important food source for many other organisms, including humans. They also help to maintain the balance of aquatic ecosystems by consuming and controlling populations of smaller organisms, such as algae and plankton. Additionally, fish are often used as an indicator species to monitor the health of aquatic ecosystems.
And now we will end it off by introducing one of our endangered friends.
Sup.
I'm the Chinese paddlefish, aka Cephorus. Gladius. I'm a part of the Osteichthyes class. I'm a freshwater fish native to the Yangtze River bass in Chin.
And I'm the giant guitarfish, an endangered species in the Chondrichthyes class. My scientific name is Rhynchobatus gigidensis. We are endangered due to overfishing and unregulated high levels of exploitation for our flesh and fins.
And we Chinese paddlefish are endangered due to overfishing, river damming, and water pollution.
Now that you know what distinguishes our classes, do you think it'll be a bit easier to watch Jersey Shore with me?